This is too spoopy for me. Hey guys, everyone, Marmaduke fan here with more Halloween Comic Fest quick comic reviews. So, I'm OCD, so I'm going to do these in the order I read them. DC Superhero Girl. Every time I see that title, I just think of Stan Lee roasting DC, and it's actually the perfect explanation of branding. He brags about how we wanted to come up with a name that would tell people what our company is, that we're marvelous, that we're splendid. You hear the word Marvel, and you think action, you think adventure, and then there's our competition, DC. So yeah, DC Superhero Girls, I think a few years ago, Lauren Faust did like a pitch for them, and like the shorts went viral, and I watched them and thought, yeah, it looks like it'd be a fun little funny cartoon. And back then it was like Supergirl, Wonder Girl, and Batgirl, so kind of like the Trinity. And I guess like they did some different like Barbie versions of it, and now they're doing a version of it that's a little closer to Lauren Faust's original version, but they've like expanded the cast to like six people. All right, so like with three, it's kind of like it's this magic number thing. You know, like Powerpuff Girls are three. You can kind of like have three simple personalities. With six, you know, well, you can do it. You know, like My Little Pony has six, Magic School Bus has six, but you gotta like have two of them, one or two at most, be like the centerpiece of the story, and the others are just like there to have like a little line or a little additional thing. All right, so we got Bumblebee, and Bumblebee, they actually do a good job kind of like doing like the simple little personality thing. So Bumblebee, she's kind of nervous and she likes robots. Jessica Cruz, I guess her personality is she comes from a nice family. Diana is a weirdo from Greece who doesn't know cool hip slang, and she's super serial. Barbara is super silly, and she's totally random, which she was in the original Lauren Faust. I just feel like even if you're going to have Barbara be silly, like have her be like the computer programmer or something. Like the justification for her being on the super team is that she's super smart. This is Zatanna, and I'm annoyed at this. Like, maybe they thought, oh no, we can't give her fishnets, it's a little kid's costume. Okay, give her, like, the dance leotard that, you know, like, circus performers wear. If Dick Grayson can wear the little green panties, and that's not male gaze, Zatanna can wear the cute little performer's outfit, and give Zatanna her top hat. It's a top hat. When hipsters wear those stupid little dervishes, they're actually secretly wishing they had the chutzpah to wear a top hat in public. You see a top hat, you think Zatanna. That's, like, too iconic. And Supergirl, she was kind of like cute, tough farm girl in the Lauren Faust shorts. And I guess she's kind of like cool, tough biker chick, short hair, you know, tough biker girl. Now, so the problem with this comic is I can tell they took like 8 pages out of a graphic novel that was never meant to be read on its own. Because they basically like drop you in the middle of something. And like the girls are talking as if like an ongoing conversation is happening. And then you just see like the bad... I kind of like this, like good superhero girls, bad superhero girls, and Livewire from the I think did Livewire debut in the Superman animated series? But look, like Giganta from Super Friends and Harley Quinn, and I think Star Sapphire is her name. Poison Ivy. That's a great like super duper girls versus super duper bad girls. I like that kind of stuff, but I guess. Okay, so I think what it needs is it needs to maybe like this is clearly like a Supergirl centric story. I feel like they need to bring just one or two, kind of like put them out in front, give each of the other super duper girls like one little line to establish their character. Kind of like that some of the other kids in their high school are maybe coded as other characters. Like Harley Quinn is a bad girl is at the school, but she's actually friends with Barbara. So there's like a cool like secret identity thing going on. I think that's supposed to be maybe Cheetah. And they gotta like balance the, you know, getting in trouble with the principal with being a superhero. All right, so this shouldn't have been like an 8-page comic unless it was actually written to be read in 8 pages. I don't think you should be putting it out in isolation because kids aren't gonna follow this. Like even in like a cartoon, if you miss the first half of the cartoon, like Barbara should say, hey, Supergirl, why are you sticking your nose up in the air? We gotta fight the super duper evil girls. Yeah, hey, watch it or I'll have to hit you with your batarang so you stop being a jerk. Right? Like, they tell you that we're currently fighting with the super duper bad girls and Supergirl's being a meanie pants and she's gotta learn her lesson. All right, and there's like her tough girl outfit. Teen Titans Go! You know, I hate Teen Titans Go, but I've got to, like, mad respect them for trolling. Someone told me they did an episode where fans were complaining that they don't teach any morals in the show. So they had a whole episode devoted to why you should buy real estate as a good long-term less meant to troll the fans. I can respect something without liking it. All right, so don't just put out 8 random pages from a graphic novel that weren't meant to be read that way. Okay, Spook House is a keep forever book because it's Eric Powell. And I don't know, like Eric Powell, my boy, Lieutenant Fish introduced me to him. Eric Powell is like, he's one of these guys who just like eats, drinks, and breathes comic books. And it's like in everything. So like his pencils are kind of like fun and his expressions are kind of like got this cool variety to them. And then his inking style, he does like these little teeny tiny brush strokes that give everything kind of like this nice vivaciousness. And it's actually scary. Like most of these don't have anything to do with Halloween. He did an actual scary, funny, like kids book that's a little creepy. Like I like how this mask, it's vaguely creepy because of the droopy eye, but also a little vaguely silly because of like the big, huge hands and the little suit. It's great. Eric Powell also did a writing and inking job for the second story, which is kind of interesting seeing him ink another guy. So the other guy has kind of like it's like a fun. When I've said like if you have like ugliness to your style, lean into it a bit. Like Eric Powell's a master. He's figured it out. This is kind of, who's the penciler on this? The penciler on this one is Steve Mannion. Steve Mannion, has a not pretty style, so he kind of like leans into it and like he makes the teacher super duper ugly and craggy, right? It's giving it some kind of like fun, texture or flavor beyond just like simple little shape. Like a simple little cartoon person can be beautiful, but if you have trouble drawing beautiful people, I don't know, draw like craggy looking gross people. And I like that they're genuinely scary and they're kind of fun. So that's Keep Forever. Underdog. Sorry, I'm having like aftershocks of boomer cringe. All right, boomers aren't all that bad. Like boomers can have their moments. Like boomers, they came up with this great cartoon about a little cartoon dog who's like a Superman parody, and they were all made on like a $5 budget, and like he would say rhymes in the Underdog cartoons. You have like what's his name, Simon and Bart Sinister, and Gadget Master, and none of his gadgets work, and Pie Man, the Baller, and Pogo Man, Soda Jerk. All right, so my problem with this is like they don't even like credit the artist and writer. This is clearly like some brand new company, American Mythology Productions. We're kind of like looking at old properties and looking to make some comics out of that. And I'm always like rooting for someone new to get into the comic book industry. And Underdog is so simple, right? I don't think you're gonna like run into the problem of people like being so in love with our Underdog they'll get angry if you like mess it up somehow. But I feel like I've either like take him in a new direction, right? Like they do the rhyme thing where Underdog rhymes some of his words. So you've got to go in one or two directions. You can either say that's going to be too hard. We're going to skip that. We're going to like make him a little, make him. We don't have to have him rhyme if we don't need him to rhyme for the comic strip. Or you got to do the Dr. Seuss thing and have the rhymes kind of like match the pattern. So it should be bup ba up ba dog bup ba up ba bog. What they end up doing is they'll have like a rhyme here, and then you go rhyme. Yeah, and I forgot about the like. I would imagine that some kids wouldn't even get that he's supposed to be rhyming unless your boomer dad remembers that Underdog is supposed to be rhyming, and he like puts special emphasis on the rhyming words. Now, I wish they did the artist because this is kind of a nice little composition. Actually, it's Commander McBragg. And I like how like there's this panel where the lava's coming up and there's the snow here separating it, but it also kind of like unites with the background. So there's actually kind of this cool space thing of him backward in space, and then forward in space. But this is pushing forward. Yeah, it actually all kind of works together and ties together nicely. All for a lava pun. Yeah. Same thing. Like Almighty Duck. I have watched so little Underdog. I didn't even know what Almighty Duck was. But these are clearly like stupid, simple, basic like superhero, supervillain parody stories. I don't know. I like the name Almighty Duck. Something about the name Almighty Duck and him having AMD on his pink shirt. Something about that seems inherently funny. You just gotta like make the rhymes land. Now they have like little jokes at the end. They're kind of funny, and there's some anti-joke. I gotta read this one though because this is like Boomer Maximus. A grandfather took his family to a theme restaurant where the walls were covered with old movie posters and classic TV memorabilia. He went to the front counter to reserve a table, and when he returned, he found that his 10-year-old grandson was staring at a poster of Underdog standing in a phone booth. The boy looked absolutely amazed and puzzled. "I bet you're wondering who that is, aren't you?" he asked his grandson. I know who that is, Grandpa, the boy asked. That's Underdog. Then why do you look so confused, he asked. What's that thing he's standing in, the boy asked. That's what we used to make phone calls in the old days, the grandpa replied. The boy only looked more confused. But it's so big and heavy, said the little boy. How were you able to lift it up so that you could take a photo of yourself? I don't hate boomers. I love boomers. Boomers are the best. All right, American mythology comics. Good luck. Either like don't be completely married to the idea, or I think Underdog is such a simple idea. Like it actually kind of the rhymes actually could make it funnier because it sort of like cues to the kid. This is like a nursery rhyme, right? Right. So like get down your computer and count the syllables so that it sounds nice to the ear. But you know what? You want to introduce a new generation of these kids these days and their cell phones to Underdog? Go for it. But Eric Powell's the one I'm keeping. These two I'll be donating. All right, I'm number one Marmaduke fan. Cartoon dogs, what can I say? Boomer cartoon dogs, I dig.